It might not be able to make it up this first part, but maybe I can switch it around a little bit so to help it go over. No! Oh, it's pulling it back. What? Now that we've powered back, welcome back to some more Tracks, the train set game. I'm StormRunner Gaming, and today we are here back in this train world to build some stuff on the moon with the new sci-fi DLC to the game. And something I've been looking into just a little bit, I haven't actually tested it, but if we go into level select, we of course have the brand new world, the moon. If we scroll all the way over here, a barren alien environment with low gravity and a planetary sky. Now, you might have caught on to what I'm thinking here. Those two words might have piqued some of your interest. Low gravity. That's what piqued my interest as well. So if we click on moon here, and then click play, we get this pretty dark but awesome little world on the moon. And what I want to do today is see how far I can launch my train with low gravity. Because I've launched some trains previously in this game, but with low gravity, I'm betting we can get it a lot further than I've got it previously. I mean, that looks pretty good. Now we just give it a ton of speed going downhill. I don't know if you can build up more speed than like the max number here, but we're gonna find out in a second or two here. But of course, with the sci-fi pack, if you do love making your world with, you know, different aesthetically pleasing things here, like buildings and stuff, they did add in a couple new and different buildings for the moon, like those little alien dudes and some other pieces there. Do you guys think it'll bridge this gap here? We've got some different rovers. Let's put a small rover over here. It's just part of the police department, isn't it? We'll give them a large rover as well. It's not much larger. Oh, it's bigger. Service rocket, of course. We can just circle around. Ooh, let's see the big rocket, actually. Large rocket. Can I just sneak it in between everything here? That looks really cool, actually. Look at that. Here we go up the hill, and let's go out of train mode to watch that beautiful light go all the way up to the top here. And where we stop, it's going to be a pretty big jump to the other side of the track there. Let's see if it makes it. And one other thing I'm interested about as we're doing this jump, do you guys think we can do the same jump on a non-moon gravity world? I'm interested to find out. And here we go! Oh, that was anticlimactic. It only made it to over here. Alright, we'll let it go. I want to see... Can I just make it that little bit taller so we get a good old arc going? I've given you 3 launch pads, or 3 ramps instead of 1. So it should give us that huge arc we're looking for. And it should just float onto the next crater here on the moon. Come on! Hey, there we go. We might even be able to take off a track. That's a pretty big jump, though. And here we go. Ooh, it's going down just a little bit, but it made it. Wow. That's... I didn't actually expect it to do that. I sincerely doubt it would do that on the non-moon gravity world. Coming back in for a landing, and the perfect spacing. Okay, here it goes. We've caught the launch. And for space! Ooh! That did not go anywhere as far. It probably landed 3 blocks over. Or 3 train tracks over. That was a dismally small launch there. We have to bring the track all the way maybe there? And cut it off? That looks like it'll work. So it seems like the moon gravity definitely does change it around just a little bit. I want to fool around with that moon gravity a pinch more and see what else we can do. So I've been playing around on the moon for a few minutes now, and I've built my own little track. But something more interesting that I've started to play around with, you can actually add on passenger and cargo carts to your train, which I didn't even realize was a possibility before. So I've added on one of each, and we're going to see kind of what happens while driving on the moon here. Alright, let me get some throttle on the train here, and see how well it flies with a couple carts behind it. And hopefully this track works with carts, because it worked perfectly fine with just the train body before, the train engine. And it seems to be doing pretty well. It's cool to see all those carts floating behind it. I'm wondering if there's a limit to how many carts it can pull, though. Because it's still moving pretty well. Look at it go. Oh, that's so cool. We're gonna add cargo until it doesn't make it anymore. Did it fly further there with more cargo? It's going uphill before the jump, too. That's surprising. I guess there is more weight behind it now. Let's see if it makes the final jump, and then I'll add, let's say, 2 more cargos onto it. It's probably going to get pretty heavy by now, though. Now this is where it's probably going to lose... Yeah, it's losing a bit of speed. Come on, you can make the jump! Oh, it's so slow. But that little snake of carts looks awesome. It might not be able to make it up this first part, but maybe I can switch it around a little bit so to help it go over. No! Oh, it's pulling it back. What? Come on, you can do it. I don't know what type of physics is going on right now, but we just have a floating train now. Come on. You can do it. How? What just happened? I'm royally confused. The physics of the situation baffle me right now. Now this is where we gotta cross our fingers so it makes it all the way up. Come on. It's having a little bit more trouble this time. Come on, just shimmy your way. Get your dancing shoes out and get over there. Come on, you can do it. You got this. When I started this video today, I didn't think I'd run into such a funny quirk to the game with zero gravity on the moon. Well, not zero gravity, but you know what I mean. Low gravity on the moon. Is it going again? There we go. You know what that means. If it makes it, it can do 2 more carts here. Oh, there's a floating track there. Look at that full-on snake. It almost loops itself. Oh, it's still just barely hanging on for dear life over here. I'm gonna have to add like a over launch option here. Just so that we keep it on the tracks here. Perfect. Alright. Get out of that menu. Is it still got some steam under its wheels? We're doing perfect here. With like 20 carts. You know what time it is for then? English? How crazy can you get with car? It just hit its own carts and launched itself. Oh, that's beautiful. Give me a couple more carts. It's got like 50 carts now. How does one engine pull 50 carts? If it makes it up this hill, it's gonna be insane. Eventually there's just gonna be so much steam behind it that it's not gonna stop. Come on. That is the slowest jump I've seen today. But it's such a big snake of carts. Oh, this is beautiful. Come on. Oh, it bounces off its own carts and launches that little bit farther. Look at that train. Oh, that's first person. I want to go and add a couple more carts to it. When can we stop? Can we just fill the track up with carts? It's never ending. It just gives it more steam to push up those hills. It's like a colony of ants. You're watching them go all the way around. Oh, I don't think you could do this on the real map without moon gravity. You wouldn't have enough force to push it around. We're probably... It doesn't tell you how many carts you have on here, but there's a few, I would assume. Probably 200 now? If you want to freeze frame and count how many carts are on here. That would be insane. This is much better than my original idea of just launching it to space with moon gravity. I love this little snake of carts. But you know what we gotta do? We gotta get it to where the train body is hitting the back of its own snake here. We're beating the snake game. Did I break the game? I'm not even mad. Honest. Okay, now we've got carts inside of carts. Alright, how's that looking? Now we've got 2 jumps going simultaneously. Oh, all of the jumps are almost going simultaneously now. This is amazing. The game can't even render in all the shadows either. Oh. You know what that means? We need to put a couple more carts on here. It's almost caught up to itself again. And we don't need any of this here either. It seems to be jumping over that perfectly fine on both sides, as we can tell. We don't even need this bottom track here anymore, do we? Wait, what happened to the train? I was gonna say there's a little bit of room on that loop now, but the train's just left the building. Elvis has left. After that last failure of a train fell off that corner of the track, I made the track just a little bit bigger so it could hold an even bigger train. But this seemed to lag out the game even more, and no matter what I did, it still fell off that one corner of the track right next to the loop going up around that spaceship. So I've settled on a measly 100 carts behind this train here. Although I am losing a little bit of frames behind it, it still has that awesome snake design to it that kind of wraps around itself on different parts and gives you that amazing moon jump there. That just looks awesome. But yeah, that is where I will be ending this episode. So of course, if you guys did like this, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel to stay up with Tracks, the Train Set Game, and more of my content. But I've been great. Goodbye. My people need me, and I need to go.